Hello, viewers. Welcome to KASPORTS. It's your boy Kofi Basic Junior. Today, I'm here doing this one, an exclusive version. I'm doing it with my co-host Doc Opoku Amwako, who will be my co-host for today. Doc, welcome to KASPORTS.
Thank you for the
Yeah.
invitation
All
to
right.
be
So
on your
today
show.
is Monday Boxing Madness, where we're bringing nothing but the best in what's happening in the world of boxing. We'll go from fight highlights. We'll talk about boxing news, and of course, we'll talk about the schedule and the fight that's coming up over the weekend. That we feel like it's exciting, and you should keep an eyes on some of the talents that are doing it big in boxing. That we feel like you should keep your tabs on. Those are the guys that we're going to recommend for you, or the guys that are fighting. We recommend those guys for you to watch them in this coming weekend. Today, I'm lucky to have like the boxing doc. I'm working with me to do the show for today. So before we get into it, we're gonna take a very quick breather, and I mean after that we're just gonna dive straight up into it. Stick and stay, don't go too far. All right, there we are back. Thank you for sticking with us. If you haven't followed us on YouTube yet, please do so. Go on YouTube and follow us on there or subscribe to our channel there. We are also big on Facebook today. As of today, we are about four point almost 4.2k followers on Facebook. Please go on there and then follow us and like us on those pages as well. We are also big on Instagram and also on Twitter as well. I mean, all the social media platforms we are there. Go on TikTok, it's the same. K Sports Boxing. Just look at it or type it, look for it, and then you follow us right there. But before we stick into it, I want to start right from this man. I mean, he's done an incredible job for us, especially for Ghanaians. But for Africans, I think this is one of the biggest or the most successful boxers ever to come out of Africa. Uh, Last week was his birthday. We didn't get much to celebrate him because, of course, it was past the Monday and it was also past the Friday, so we weren't able to, get a chance to celebrate him. But we want to wish um, Azuma Nelson a very huge happy birthday. We wish him like long life. We want him to know that us as Ghanaians and Africans in general really appreciate what he did or what he's done for the ring. And every boxing fan across the world, I'm sure, also has that kind of sentiment and feeling towards him. I mean, Doc, what do you want to say for the celebration of the biggest legend to come out from Africa?
I think that Azuma, the name Azuma, is really what, for some of us, our first time, or I should say, first sight of boxing was. Just like with any other sport, you may hear of it, but I do remember, quite frankly, when we all we used to wake up early in the middle of the night because that's when it will be when they show the fights late at night there. Well, we will be up and down watching Azuma Nelson, and he never really disappointed. So for some of us, boxing was synonymous to Azuma. I'll just say that I wish him a happy birthday. I would have wished though that Azuma would have done a lot more than he has in terms of immersing himself in Ghana and African boxing,
Mm-hmm.
like some of the old guys in other countries have. But nonetheless, he put us on the map. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
knows him, and for that,
Mm-hmm.
we are grateful.
I mean, if I go somewhere and go like, oh, I'm Ghanaian, you love boxing, yeah, Azuma Nelson is the first name that comes up. Either Azuma Nelson or Ikote. Because they've done like a lot for the sport. And yeah, I couldn't start the show or start the show without giving him his flowers and celebrating his birthday. So that's where we're going to start, or that's where we're starting today's show on. And from there, we'll talk about a little bit of, I'll say, local content or I'll say Ghanaian content. Over the weekend, two Ghanaians were in action in America. Um, Are you there with me?
Yes, you were frozen for a second.
Oh,
About
okay.
that.
All right, cool. So we're gonna talk about two guys that were in action over the weekend. We'll talk about we call him Daddy Lumba, and of course we'll also talk about the mallet, the mallet, and in the person of Patrick Cookine. Those two guys were in action. So with Patrick Cookine, I mean, the fight ended in round six. He gave a spectacular performance. I mean, it didn't go his way, but I mean, he in the process, like made new fans, new boxing fans, because of the spectacular fans that show that he put up in America. I mean, Doc, after the fight, he said that he lost because of you know the Canada's. He was hitting the guy was hitting below his belt many
Yes,
times.
yes, yeah.
I mean,
So
yeah.
um, Patrick is one of those fighters. I've always said that if he had the right direction when he was younger, he would have made some waves. Even at
Mm,
his age, Patrick,
mm-hmm,
I mean, in boxing is really considered old now. But
mm-hmm,
in at his age, he always I've seen him in different fights. I've actually this will be the fourth time I have seen him fight in the US, and I would say three out of the four he went all out. So
yeah.
I wasn't surprised that he was able to, at his age, last fighting somebody like Alekoze, where he was able to make it to round six. But he
Yeah.
said when we spoke to him later that he did get punched below the belt, and the reason why he continued is because one of the fight out of the four that I'm talking about, the same thing was happened to him in round two, I believe, and the fight was stopped. But then
Mm.
it was made a no contest, and then later they changed it to a loss. So
Oh,
he didn't want the same thing to happen, despite the fact that he was hurting. And
okay.
also, one of the things I saw in this particular one, that one of the technical guys in his corner, by the name of Edwin, which we all know, said that he
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
take all his 5 minutes of break. Again,
Ah.
same fear that they will stop the fight and later give him a loss. So
Oh, okay.
who knows?
Okay.
Maybe if he had taken the time to rest and recover, he could have lasted longer. But all the same, at his age, six out of
Yeah.
8 rounds,
Yeah.
not really hurt, not really knocked out. I still give my props to him.
Right. 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 Hey, big congratulations to. Yeah, I'll say congratulations because usually when Ghanaian fighters go fight outside Ghana, it's like usually like a lot of disgrace. You go like the guy just got knocked out in round one, and not even in the three, not within the 3 minutes. He just went down in like maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds. But I mean, he did well. He gave a very good account of himself. Usually when Ghanaian fighters are fighting and it's like, for instance, this fight like an eight rounder, and he got knocked. The fight got stopped in six. It tells you a lot, in terms of condition and preparation towards the fight. So yeah, even though he lost, I give
And
him proud points.
having knowledge of his preparation, which I know
Mm-hmm,
was not the best.
mm-hmm,
That's why I give him props. Combine his age with his preparation. No real coach
mm-hmm.
having to take multiple buses to go to
Yeah,
training
yeah,
himself. No
yeah. Right.
sparring. He really did
Mm-hmm,
well for himself, and so
right.
for that,
Right.
I give him props.
Okay, all right. So that's it about it, and then we'll go to the Daddy Lumba camp. So Daddy Lumba lost outright, like in round two. What do you have to say about that fight as well?
Honestly, I don't have a lot of knowledge about that particular fight.
Okay.
Of course, because it didn't last round two, so there
Mm-hmm.
was really not much. And I don't know Benjamin Lamte like I know of Patrick, so I don't
Mm-hmm.
know how his preparation was, how he got the fight, and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, he lost in round two.
Right.
Um, I understand. I don't know if it was a technical knockout or he didn't come out. I'm not sure, and I can't say. But I understand the fight ended in round two.
Okay. All right. Now let's talk a little bit of Olympics. The Olympics coming up. So there was a Nigerian fighter by the name Dabolo, who qualified for the Olympic Games. So Joshua Dalapo,
Omole
sorry.
Dolapo.
Yeah, Dolapo. He qualified for the Olympic Games in Dakar, and everything was right, ready to prepare and everything, preparing for the fight. But unfortunately, I mean, he has to be pulled out of the competition because he sustained some knee injury. That's according to the Nigerian Boxing Federation, but he will not be able to continue. So, what has happened is that the guy that he beat, the Ethiopian guy that he beat to get the slot to the Olympic Games, has been given the ticket to go to the Olympic Games. What an interesting an interesting thing to happen. Sometimes that's how God blesses you. When you close your eyes and you think things are like not going your way, that's when like your blessings come. So yeah, as it stands, we'll see Yedasa Letsa at the Olympic Games representing Ethiopia, trying to box his way to become an Olympic medalist, and also just by getting the call up, automatically become an Olympian, and we'll see him in action in Paris. Doc, did this come to you as a surprise at all?
I actually, the Nigerian boxing team was in Germany preparing, so I
I had
had
the
several
opportunity
instances.
to see them too as well. They were very strong too.
Yeah, yeah. So I had instances, and it was just the two fighters I was seeing,
Mm-hmm.
Adams and Cynthia. So I suspected that something was going on with Joshua,
Mm-hmm.
that somehow he may not compete. So I'm not surprised that
Wow.
he's not going to compete.
Okay.
The Olympics is one of the biggest thing for an athlete because
Yeah.
it's basically you are proving yourself to the entire world
Right.
that you're a good fighter, or you're good
I
at
agree.
athlete at what you do,
Mm-hmm.
and it
Mm-hmm.
opens doors. So it's a sad
Mm-hmm.
situation for him.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that he bounces back,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully comes to reclaim his place. But all the
Right.
same, congratulations to Leda of
Yeah.
Ethiopia representing his country in Africa.
Right. I just want to send a letter like a huge congratulations for it, and I hope that he'll be able to make himself and his country proud. It's going to be a talent I'm going to keep my eyes on. Usually, we don't really see the East Africans and like that, represent at such unboxing like that. Usually, for Ethiopians, we'll see them in athletics, but not really in boxing. So for this, I'm going to keep an eyes on him, and hopefully, we'll get to work with him in the future when some shows are going on, in the future. But that's where we're going to end it on the Olympic side. I don't know if you have any updates on the Olympic Games. When is it going to start, and how is the feeling and preparations in camp? Like, if you can give us like a quick update from Germany, sorry, from Paris, because I know you are in Paris at the moment. If there's any quick updates you can give us from Paris with respect to the preparations and how camp is going and how motivated these guys are to give us the best of themselves.
Yeah, I don't
You
know if
know,
you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
yeah, I can see you, I can hear you. Can you also see me and hear me?
Kofi, I think I'm gonna.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see you and hear
yeah.
you. The network was bad. I don't know if it's from outside, but I mean, it is a surreal experience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure for the boxers and everybody that is involved.
Mm-hmm.
As you said, you had seen Bulan post about it. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of excitement, a lot of chaos. Sometimes it looks like it, but good chaos at the
Mm-hmm.
Olympic Village.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is excited. I've seen that where I am, several people, family, and friends are trooping in just for the
Right.
event. So
Yeah.
very soon, opening ceremony coming on Friday. Very
Mm-hmm.
soon, the whole of Paris is going to be engulfed with a
Yes,
lot
yes,
of
yes, yes,
people,
yes.
and
Definitely.
and security is also, it seems like they are very ready. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
police and cops around. So hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
it will be an incident-free Olympics, and it's going to
Yeah.
be fun for everybody
Yeah.
who is here.
All right, good. So that's the quick update I can get for you from the boxing doc himself from Paris. He is there, and that's I mean that's you heard it right from somebody who is there. He says the atmosphere is just right for everybody to enjoy sports from the headquarters of, I'll say at the moment, the headquarters of world sports, which is Paris. Okay, now let me move to the world. Jake Paul was in action over the weekend. He knocked out Mark Perry in round six. I'll just provide like a very quick video of how he got or he knocked out Perry, and then we will talk about it real quick. This is how it ended. Yeah. Doc, that's how it ended. He just knocked him out in round six. I mean, were you surprised that Jake Paul got a victory?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you clearly.
The network is killing it. Okay, okay, you're back now. So,
Yeah.
I think it may be me because I'm outside. The internet is not strong.
Yeah.
But I mean, Jake Paul.
I think I'm losing Doc again. So Jake Paul was in action last weekend, like I'm saying, and then he was able to secure like a round six knockout. I'm trying to establish contact again with Doc, and then we'll be able to talk about how he felt or his analysis about that fight. But I mean, you could see that Jake Paul was a little or much sharper than his previous fights. I don't know, probably because he was fighting Mike Perry. Mike wasn't like, I'll say like Mike is not like very competitive or a very strong boxer like that of maybe Tommy Fury, for example. And so maybe he didn't give him like a much of a competition like or a tough competition. So yeah, at the end of the day, he got a job done. He got a round six knockout. He knocked him out, and then after the fight, he had a couple of names that he was calling. Of course, the fight that we were supposed to see was supposed to be a Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson had to pull out because of health reasons, and the fight has been rescheduled to December. So definitely, we're going to see that fight. But in between the time, Jake Paul decided to take on Mike Perry to prepare for the big fight. I would say like the bigger fish, which is like Mike Tyson. So we will still be looking forward to be able to watch that Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. And after the fight, Jake Paul also called out Alex Pereira. Pereira has been saying that he would love to have a feel of boxing, or would like to jump into the ring again. This time in boxing. All right, so guys, I got the boxing Doc back again. Doc, I was talking about the fact that after Jake Paul's victory, he was calling um, Alex Pereira that he would like to share a ring with him. Do you think it's the right direction for him to go, or for me, I'm not surprised because of the line that he's taking. He's usually trying to fight like UFC guys and the guys who are like, I would say, non-boxers. What do you think about the fact that
So,
after the victory he called out Alex Pereira?
so that is Jake Paul for you, and I think he makes it easy for people to say that all that the sort of things they say about him regarding his boxing skills. And I mean, how are you trying to make your name in boxing and then you want to now go fight a UFC guy?
Mm.
It really makes how do I say it? It makes it hard to defend him that this guy is actually trying to do something for himself for boxing. Um, but that's what people say. He should be calling
Mhm.
out. He
Yeah,
should be calling out boxers if
yeah,
he really wants
definitely.
to. Why are you doing calling Alex Pereira for?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now it really makes
Of
me
course,
think
its
that this
value as a
guy
ranking. And now
not serious about he's not serious about really boxing. He just wants to entertain, which is okay. It's good for the sport because the sport
Yeah.
is not just about the athleticism, it's also
Mhm.
about entertainment. But he should make it clear exactly what he wants to do and not
Yeah.
act like I want to be a boxer and then you're calling out Alex Pereira. Now I'm actually I used to I was he was slowly getting me like, oh, this guy, because the
Yeah.
way he takes it serious, but you don't
Yeah.
call Alex Pereira if you want
Yeah.
to be boxer, you know.
But definitely the fight against Mike Tyson is going to come up because he said after the fight that that's the ultimate to still get that fight and also going to be streamed live on Netflix. I think for me, I'm excited to see Mike Tyson back, regardless of his health or whatever. It's just the fact that these guys have given so much for boxing. And so for boxing lovers, it's always amazing to see
So
how they continue their
you just want to see Tyson make money, which is good.
which is good. Yeah, basically. So that's it. Yeah. Okay, and I'll move away from Jake Paul, and I'll go to the fighter that he signed under the most valuable promotions team, which is like Amanda Serrano. He was also in action, and he knocked out Stevie Morgan in round 2. I think for me, I just went directly to say that this is just a warm up fight. Do you also feel the same?
So I've been following Serrano for some time now, and I feel like okay, two things. Yes, I agree with you that this is probably it did look like it's a warm up fight. Um, but secondly, I want to say that I feel like the exposure that she needs
Mm-hmm.
in boxing to be recognized, he's not getting it, and the reason is simple because of this tag that is associated with Jake Paul. I mean, when you talk about real boxing promoters, nobody mentions MVP, you
Yeah.
know. So I feel like it's kind of he's getting her the fights, he's doing all that you would expect. But we gotta be real, names matter. And I feel like that is kind of affecting Serrano's career a
But
little bit.
the one thing I'm also excited with her working with the most valuable promotions is that she's getting paid well. That was the thing that also makes her want to work with him. Because I watched an interview of hers, and she said that working with Jake Paul has been a blessing because then now she's really cashing out. So it also goes a long way to say that the mainstream promoters should also go out of their way to pay a female athletes well. Maybe if that happens, maybe you will see the likes of Amanda Serrano sticking with like a very known promoter to work with. But that's one of the things that's made her stick and stay with Jake Paul. So on that note, yeah, big congratulations to Amanda Serrano for getting the win. The fight that everybody's expecting her to jump in again will be the fight against Katie Taylor. Of course, if the fight against Mike Tyson had happened with Jake Paul, then the chief support or the co-main event would have been the Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. But of course, because Mike pulled out, the fight also had to be postponed. Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor, will it be the same or you expecting a different result this time?
I will hope that it will be a different result to keep it going.
I mean, even the first one is a little bit controversial, if you ask me, because I didn't feel like it could have gone either way. Don't get me wrong, but the way they made it look as if like Katie Taylor beat Amanda Serrano convincingly, I disagree.
Yes. So I think Amanda has taken it a bit personal, and so
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping, and it should end up a little different. Serrano should take it this time.
Okay, all right. Now I'm gonna end it on a Ghanaian who was able to get like a sweet victory in the UK, signed with Queensberry Promotions in the name of Eko Esuman. Eko Esuman was in action over the weekend against Owen, and my God, I mean, after the fight itself was supposed to be a 10 rounds fight, and then you got a knockout in round 10. It couldn't get any better than that. Let me take you through the footage, and then we'll talk about it real quick.
Of course, its value as a ranking. And now Esserman responds, and it's Cooper who's backed away to the corner, and Cooper is down, and it is over. Could not answer. It's a great victory. Singh finished himself.
I mean, you could see the emotions after he got around 10 knockout. I mean, I was reading his Instagram post today, prior to coming on the live, and he said he has been away from his family. He has been with his trainer for the last 3 months preparing for this fight. He kept watching Owen Cooper every morning with his trainer trying to find flaws. And if you watch his last fight before this one, you would feel like something went wrong in terms of condition wise. I think whatever it was, they were able to like resolve it, or I'll say get a solution for it, because as the years went on, you saw him like instead of him going back and losing like form, he was rather picking up and increasing the gear like alongside. And I think that was what made the difference in this fight. Owen Cooper just at a point felt tired, and yes, the knockout was always coming, and he was able to get a knockout. So Doc, a Suman round 10 knockout. What do you have to say about it?
I personally like Echo. He's a gentleman outside the ring. I've had a few
Mm-hmm,
chats with him. I've interviewed him, and I like
mm-hmm,
what he does in the ring, and then I like what he did in the ring. So when I saw that, I just say, keep going, don't stop, don't stop. That sounds like me trying to get somebody's son um, hospitalized, I should say. But it was a very fantastic finish. He's
Yeah,
not
it
fighting
was.
under Ghana, but he has a
No,
Ghanaian heritage.
right, right,
So
right, right.
right fighters. I like athletes like that who are true good human beings outside and then inside do what they are known for also. So he proved
Yeah.
that, and I really liked it. That was very nice.
Yeah, right. So congratulations to Ekosiman for securing that WBO welterweight title. And
Mhm.
he's the new champion now. And definitely, I think he deserves the big guys now. If you look at his age, like he's not really the age is not really on his side. And over the time, he's been able to secure the British title. He went on to secure the Commonwealth title. It's also become like the now a WBO, European title. I think it's just time for them to give him that big shot. At least for him to also go try, just like they did with Denzel Bentley in America when he went to fight in Los Angeles. It could be his time. I think it's his time. So he deserves it. You want to say something about it?
Yeah, so that goes to tell you how
Mm-hmm,
this job of or this sport of boxing is hard to
mm-hmm,
navigate. You could be winning and doing all that you have to do, but to get a
mm-hmm,
shot at the big title, to be known and get all the belts and get the right, it
mm-hmm.
sometimes takes a miracle. So for
Right.
those watching that maybe boxers, it's not that easy. You could be winning all the small titles and all that, but to get the right opportunity to prove yourself at the biggest stage, sometimes it's hard. And
Yeah.
Eko is there right now. Hopefully, he gets the opportunity to do what he needs to do.
Right. Okay. Great. Great. Last two updates. I will just talk about it briefly, and then we'll jump into the boxing news. So Nakatani was in action. He knocked out Astro Biola in round one in Japan, and also Takani was also in action, and he also knocked out Joseph Rodriguez. So those are the fights that happened on the top rank side. That also happened over the weekend. I'm going to end the boxing highlight over there, and then we jump directly into boxing news because my time is almost so far gone. I'm going to start right from the camp of Javonta Tank Davis. I mean, over the weekend or last week, there was a lot of news making, or he was making a lot of news or headlines that he was going to take on Vasily Lomachenko next. But Lomachenko's manager, Ignis has come out to say that Lomachenko is not like in the right mood at the moment. He doesn't feel like, or he's not motivated to fight at the moment. It has nothing to do with money, according to what Ignis is saying. I think, considering everything happening in Ukraine and everything, he doesn't feel motivated to fight for now. He's just trying to stick with his family and then with friends and the people of Ukraine at the moment, and therefore the fight against Devonta Davis has been declined. Doc, would you say it's a strategy, a new strategy for a new darking strategy, or you think it's a genuine, um, humble, rejection of a fight?
I actually was a bit surprised
Mm,
at Loma, and
mm,
then not taking a big fight like this,
mm,
but also even more surprised astonished, flabbergasted
Mm.
at the fact the reason that was given. Motivation.
Mm.
I mean, at this level of competing,
Yeah.
this level, high level of, I mean, motivation. But then again, somebody would tell you that at this level, it's some of those little reasons that you have the leeway to give. It's not
Mm.
about the money. You can give reasons like, I'm not motivated. If you're at that high level and you can, call the shot, that's what you give. But for
Yeah.
an athlete like Lomachenko, I was a bit surprised at the
Mm.
reason that was given as
Mm.
motivation. That's why he's not going to fight. And I must say that this fight may not come on.
Yeah.
If it doesn't come on this year, it may not come on ever.
I know. I know. I also
Because
say the same.
Lomachenko is not young,
Mm.
and then Tank is going to move on.
Yeah. 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 Now, this has also presented an opportunity that probably the next fight that um, Juventus Tank David should take on, or the next opponent he should take on, should be Shakur Stevenson. What do you think about those school of thought and the fans, boxing fans, calling for this fight?
I doubt it's going to happen
Mm.
because we all know the unspoken, or some people don't want us to speak it.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of boxing fans
Mm-hmm.
will pay to see Shakur Stevenson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So any promoter, and right now he's a free agent,
Yeah.
any promoter who is going to promote such a fight is going to make sure that some way, somehow, he's going to get the money back before
Yeah.
he puts
Yeah.
on such a fight. And at the moment, I don't think people will buy a lot of pay-per-views to see Shakur Stevenson. But
Mm.
I'm pretty sure Shakur was very happy when he heard about Loma not fighting, because
Not
then
fighting, definitely, definitely.
he puts him right in front of Davis to fight him. But I don't think, I don't know who will be promoting such a fight. And that when you finish, it brings me to a news I had just seen. I would want us to discuss when we're talking about promoters and why nobody's going to put up money for such a fight.
All right, cool. Now the next item making news around the world is the fact that after so many years of rivalry between these two gentlemen, the other guy is almost jumping ship to join the other guy on his team. I'm talking about Frank Warren. He's almost closing in a deal, to join Matchroom, or I'll say to join the Zone. Sorry. So like he's almost signing a broadcast deal with the Zone that will see him unite with I'll say the guy that he beat in Saudi Arabia, 5 out of 5 in the name of the end Matchroom on the same platform. The thing is that Queensberry, or Frank Warren's Queensberry has a contract with TNT Sports, and it is expected to end next year. Now, let me talk. Let me give you a reason or the foundation to why this is developing. I think it's mainly because of the fact that Turkey has come into the game, and in the process has been able to unite the two of them already in the name of Edienne and then Frank Warren. And that 5 versus 5 thing that they did in Saudi Arabia has gone a long way to show that he's got like a very stable fighters or very competitive fighters in his camp. And we all know that the Zone is looking to put the best like across their platforms. And I think it will be one of the reasons why they would want to work with Frank Warren like in the first place. Now, let me go quickly to Doc and let me get his uh, his 20 on this particular one. Would it be a good move for us to see Queensberry, moving from TNT next year and going to join at the end on the Zone side? Do you think it's a brilliant move to do? Do you think it's jumping too quick? Because let's just be honest. Usually, in the UK, for instance, there are a lot of broadcasters, so they have like TNT boxing, like we all know. They have Sky, and Boxer himself also like is putting like a lot of content also on Sky. So moving away from TNT, I'm wondering what they'll be able to broadcast on their platform with that is if they let Frank Warren go. But like you're saying, this is not like a done deal yet. It's all speculation. it is out, but not completely out to say that it's going to happen. But we are keeping our eyes on it. Let me ask Doc. I mean, would you recommend or would you say that Frank Warren should jump ship and join at the end on the zone?
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be the new thing right now that is happening. Collaborations, working together, similar platforms. So I'm not surprised, and that brings me to what I wanted to speak. It just goes right into what the news that I saw today. I'm not sure if you saw it, but basically the
Mm-hmm.
top rank, and Golden Boy
Mm-hmm.
has signed. Um, excuse me, Top Rank and Bob Arum and Top
Yeah.
Rank and Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy had signed partnerships with Riyadh Season,
Oh.
and yeah, Turkey, His Excellency Turkey announced it, and then they said that basically it was to help do top tier boxing events, right? And they
Mm-hmm.
wanted to do Virgil Ortiz and some guy that
Mm-hmm. So
Bohachuk.
is it that kind of like 5 versus 5, like the Matchroom versus Frank Warren kind of show, or it's like to work with them like
I
permanently,
think I
permanently?
think Yeah, I think to work with them,
Mm.
because they said it's designed to continue to drive the promotion of world-class boxing events globally.
Okay.
With Riyadh season to sponsor
Mm-hmm.
12. Listen, they are going to sponsor 12 top-rank events
Okay.
in 2024 to 2025. So
Ah.
I mean, um, I mean, the Saudis have taken over boxing. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. The Saudis have taken over
It's
boxing
just like the
because
way they are doing with France football.
uh uh so so I was getting a call. So uh it brings me to when I say I don't know who is going to promote that Stevenson and Davis fight.
Mm-hmm.
So who is going to actually do it? You got Top Rank going, you have Golden Boy going, um TGV is not going.
Mm-hmm.
Um
But they have a fight with TGB already
they
in the
do,
name
they
of
do, but
the fight that they have coming up on August 10th.
yeah, but but it's not like a partnership like Top Rank and
Oh,
Golden
I
Boy
get
has
what you
done.
mean. Yeah.
And when we talk about promotions in America, we know who is doing it.
Mm.
It's TGV, um, or should we say PBC TGV combined, right?
Yeah, yeah,
They are
yeah.
kind of the same entity, and
Mm-hmm.
so it makes me wonder where we are with PBC. Essentially, that's where I'm going
Oh.
because yeah, Davis has his own promotion, but we know that he fights on TGV, PBC, and if these guys are not on the bigger table, it makes me worry because this is real. The Saudis have now gotten two of the big promoters to sign partnerships where they are going to sponsor 12 shows of Top Rank. Top
Mm.
Rank is one of the biggest promoters in the US.
Mm.
So I don't know. I don't know what PBC is doing, but I also wait to see.
But look at it from this angle. Like Top Rank does like more than 24, 20, like a lot of shows in a year. So for me, giving them 12 of their shows sounds logical to me. I'm only wondering what the other fighters, like you're saying, what the other fighters on the bill or on the roster would be. But whether we like it or not, I'll say like it was bound to happen because if you look at what they did with Tyson Fury, it's two camps. Like Top Rank and Queensberry are behind it and already like they have like Queensberry deep into like the real season with Turkey already. So I feel like for me, I'm not surprised this is coming out, but my only fear is that if U.S. boxing will be like priority, like for the world again. That's where my fear comes in, because everybody
Yes.
wants to go to the US to go compete, and that's where the big money comes. But like,
Yep.
at least if Top Rank is going to sign this deal, or with the two of these guys, Top Rank and then Golden Boy signing this deal, my only hope is that they will compel Turkey to have still let them have their shows there, and that would mean still the audience will still enjoy it, and the people will still want to have that American dream of going to find America and then make that money. But if it has to be that they have to come or cross over and come to Saudi, then that's going to be a problem.
I mean, eventually stuff like that is gonna come up. They may have to take the actual big shows, just like they've done in recently. They may have to take the actual big fights
Yeah.
to over into Saudi. So that
Right.
brings the market down in America, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is some
Mm-hmm.
uncomfortable feeling. It may make business sense if I was in
Mm-hmm.
Top Ranks or Golden
Mm-hmm.
Boy's shoes to work with His Excellency.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it's good for the sport. Also, if one person or one entity is controlling all everything, we
I
may
think
not
it's good.
see the
So
side effects
because
right now.
over the years, we've had different people keep some of their best fighters and preventing them to fight. But one thing we have also seen with the Saudis coming to the game is we are seeing the fights that where we felt like was never going to happen. So if I look at it from that angle, I go like, okay, it's okay. But yes, like one guy controlling the whole sport, I don't know. Maybe this is the time for us to have a FIFA. That will bring
FIFA
everybody
for
to the
for
table.
boxing.
Exactly, because there is no way Ghana will play Brazil if we don't qualify for the World Cup, and then for that one, Brazil will never say that he will not play against Ghana, for example. So if we have one controller and one voice, maybe we will see that Canelo versus Crawford fight if they get themselves into the mandatory sport. But I mean that's just like an example I'm putting up. But yeah, maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. But we will see. We will see when the time gets there.
But I mean, as long as they are still four big sanctioning bodies,
Mm,
I feel like things will not be monopolized.
mm,
As I'm thinking.
right,
But at least the money, the shows, the big shows will happen. So
right.
we'll see if PBC will jump on board permanently, like or sign partnerships, long term
Mhm.
partnerships like Top Rank and Golden Boy have.
Right, right. Now let me go to my last news item, which is the fact that Robert Helenius has now been banned from boxing for 2 years for testing positive for clomiphene in a UK AD test following his defeat to Anthony Joshua last year. I mean, if you all remember, that fight was like a fight that we always knew that Helenius was going to lose, and then he did lose. But his excuse is that he had consumed eggs and chicken. Unfortunately, when he was asked to go bring those eggs and chicken, he wasn't able to present those samples. I mean, eggs and chicken. You are speaking to a doctor on the show. So eggs and chicken. I know you're not maybe I know maybe you're not like a doping doctor, but eggs and chicken, and then now not being able to present like samples for them to be able to minimize his sentence. What do you say about this verdict?
I don't even know, but for for those of you that don't know what clomiphene is,
Yeah.
clomiphene is actually a fertility drug. Okay, it helps induce ovulation.
Oh yeah.
So yes, so it makes you wonder why athletes take it. If we say we are going to talk about it,
Mm.
um we won't finish today. But what I have realized is, so we will not even go into the mechanism of action why men use it. But basically, all it does is once you take clomiphene, it stimulates your testosterone. So more
Oh,
production of
okay.
testosterone. So that's what it does.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's giving to induce ovulation in women who want to get pregnant, essentially. But
Okay.
the sport has become, I mean, I don't know why, if they are just testing more, or they are big, or they are trying to clean up the sport, or they are I don't know, but we all know lately from what was it? Who was there? It wasn't Eubanks.
Brian
Was it
Garcia.
the other? No, the other guy. It wasn't Eubanks. The
Oh
other
yeah.
guy that
Yeah.
Eubanks was supposed to fight, or was it?
Uh. Oh yeah.
The name is not coming.
Yeah. True. I see who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, that opponent.
Mm.
He got caught.
Conor
Ryan
Ben.
Garcia, Ben, exactly. Conor Ben. He got caught. Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
Not long ago, or some time ago too, we got this guy in the UK. Um, so a lot of people are getting caught right now. So
Yeah.
I don't know why they still do it.
Mm-hmm.
If there are any upcoming boxers out there,
Mm-hmm.
they will catch you. Even
Yeah.
if you won the belt, you've won the medal,
They'll take
and
it away from you.
they will take it away from you, and you'll be disgraced. So there
Mm-hmm.
is no point in it. I think you should rather lose than take something and then get caught later.
Right.
It's sad. I mean, Hellenius is a B opponent,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess the reason why he's able to go back and back with all these world champions is because he was taking something.
Yeah. Probably.
It's unfortunate, but for
Mm.
someone like him, he'll probably come back
Right.
because he's a big dude for the heavyweights.
Right. Okay, so that's where we ended on the boxing news. Now I have two fights that we're going to talk about coming up this weekend. First one, we are going to see the return of Derek Chisora. He'll be fighting Joe Joyce. Quick reaction on this one, though.
I don't know how Derek stays in the game, but he's also become like a good. I don't even know. He's become a good B opponent.
Yeah.
Right now, I think it's going to be one of those that will essentially bring Joyce back
Mm.
into after devastating defeats. So it should be an easy win for Joyce, which also tells me that who cares about such a fight,
Mm.
because we all know that Joyce is going to win. That's my prediction.
All
There is
right.
no way. There is no way
For me,
that.
I'm gonna go for the Chisora upset. If the Chisora that we know, who likes to terrorize his opponent, step up on a fight night, maybe, because I mean I'm still trying to comprehend how Zerling Zhang was able to defeat Joe Joyce after that display against Daniel Dubois. But yeah, it's boxing. These things happen. So, and it's heavyweight boxing, bro. Like it's just like one good punch, and then we are done for the night. Like
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the promoters of Joyce, they know what they are picking and what they are doing.
all
If
right.
if if Chisora upsets,
Mm-hmm.
are you with me?
I'm with
Yeah.
you.
If Chisora upsets Joyce, Joyce is
Mm-hmm.
done. He's done.
Okay, all right. I
It's
like.
not gonna happen.
I'll hold you to your words if that happens. And let's see what's going to happen on that night. Now, the last thing on the last news item on the list is the fact that we are going to see one of the most successful female boxers, fight this coming weekend in the name of Clarissa Shield. He'll be fighting Vanessa Lapinge, in a light heavyweight 10 rounds fight for the WBC heavyweight. Sorry, they'll be fighting in the WBC heavyweight championship. So these two are going to square off. In Detroit. And this will be the debut for Clarissa Shield in the division that he's going to fight, and we're going to see how it's going to go. But yeah, it's a very interesting fight, and I think I'm still going to call Clarissa Shield to win this one. Doc, your quick reaction on this
I
one as
know.
well?
Today I'm keeping you up, but listen, I was surprised she went up 2 weight classes
Mm-hmm.
to do this. But I
Mm-hmm.
guess she feels like there's really no other challenges there where she is right now
Mm-hmm.
to do this. So she wants to be the heavyweight too for the female. She wants to set historical records.
Yeah, yeah.
I think she's gonna win.
I think she's going to win too as
Maybe
well.
I don't follow women's boxing as much as I should, but
Mm.
the person she's fighting, I'm not familiar with well.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
think should be this should be a walk in the park for
All right.
Shields.
All right. So, guys, there you heard it from Doc. It feels like Clarissa Shields should win this fight. For me, I'm also rooting for him as well. I think he's done like fantastic, or he's a great ambassador for female boxing. And lose would do nothing but devastate his career or his legacy. I'll say that, and he would want to keep it up, and sort of match the men energy, So I expect him to walk out victorious on this from this fight as well. So, guys, this is how we're going to end the show for tonight. A big congratulations to all the winners that were on in action like last weekend, especially this guy.
Of course, its value as a ranking. And now Asserman responds, and it's Cooper who's backed away to the corner, and Cooper is down, and it is over. Could not answer. It's a great victory.
Yes, that's the mood for the whole weekend this week. It's like for the whole week, and also a very big good luck going to all the athletes that will be competing starting from this Saturday. You say at the Olympic Games.
Yes,
Yeah, a
yes.
very big good luck going to do every athlete there. May the best person win. Hopefully, Africa will bring a couple of medals. We don't want it to be the case that Samuel Techi is not there, so we are not going to bring a boxing medal. We want to wish everybody there the very best, and hopefully we can get some medals to bring to the Africa continent. And stick with us on KA Sports. We have like some correspondence there. We have like Doc there. I might join him over there too as well, and we'll definitely bring you guys a couple of content too as well. So stick to KA Sports. We're going to bring you all the updates, especially on boxing because that's where we specialize in. And if we're able to catch other thing, maybe MMA or anything, we will let you know. But boxing is going to be what we really going to focus on. Doc, your last words before we go.
Thanks for having me. I made it long, but I hope it was a great discussion. And like you said, we'll try at least we'll try and bring you the results of the boxings as they go. So if you want a place to get all the current results of the boxing in Olympics, this will be the place. We're gonna make it very nice, very colorful for you. So if it's your first time tuning in, follow us on Facebook and all our social medias like Instagram and Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube. We'll bring you all the information on Olympics boxing until the Olympics is over.
Right. So that's where
Thank
we
you
end the
for
show
having
for
me,
tonight.
Kofi.
All right, thank you, yo. Thank you too for coming. So, guys, that's where we ended for today. Please, like you heard from Doc, go to Facebook now. Go follow us. It's not like a joke thing, man. Just go there, follow us on Facebook. From there, go to Instagram, like us. From there, go to Twitter, follow us. Go to YouTube, subscribe, man, and you are covered for the rest of your life. If it is boxing, you don't have problem. Every day, every time, KA Sports Boxing, we are there. We are giving it to you back to back. Very big thank you to the boxing doc for doing this one with me tonight. I really appreciate his time. He'll be back here again on Friday night to do the African boxing on mask. If I have time, I would also join him and return the courtesy, and maybe we can do that one too as well. In between the period, you guys will be seeing new faces on KA Sports Boxing. Like you saw over the week. That's like an introduction on KA Sports. Just to let you know that we are really glued to giving you guys nothing but the best in boxing. Until another time, have a very good night and take care of yourself. Bye-bye.